Now this illustration deals with the purpose of a third-party certification, such as UL, Factory Mutual, ETL, Intertech, CSA, MET when they existed, Dash, Strouts, Goodyear, different third-party certifications that the state, county, or city will accept. UL, Factory Mutual, ETL, and CSA is, I would say, your four big ones. But now notice you have a UL is a national recognized testing laboratory. Now notice there's illustrated a label. Now you have a 90.7 section of the NEC that says equipment has to be inspected upon arrival at a facility to make sure it hadn't been damaged in transit in some way. 110-2 sets the approval of electrical equipment, and in the examples and information notes, etc., below it, it refers you to approved first. Now, approval is by the authority having jurisdiction. It's in Article 100. From approval, it's recommended to go to identified, which is in Article 100, which in its examples below identified really identifies how equipment that's not in a classified area can be accepted by the authority having jurisdiction, by listing and labeling, by a third-party certification facility, lab, or it could be custom-made equipment where it's one of a kind. Now, my understanding of OSHA, and talking to some of those guys, and Joe Pipkin, the director of OSHA, before he passed away, he said one a kind of equipment, in the eyes of OSHA, you couldn't pick up a catalog and order it. In other words, you just couldn't get it. Then you could custom make it, such as industrial control panels in some cases. So we would start with 110.2, then go to Article 100, look up approval, still in Article 100, look up identified, in Article 100, look up listed and label, and then you're complying with 110.2 and 110.3 B and C. Now, if the equipment is installed in hazardous locations, then you would leave these sections and go to hazardous locations, review 500.8A1, and that section would illustrate to you and outline how equipment could be accepted and installed in classified hazardous locations. So this illustration 1-22 basically illustrates the purpose and the benefit of a third-party certification. For example, custom-made equipment sometimes is very difficult to get approved by the authority having jurisdiction. They lack listed and labeled equipment in accordance with 110.3 B and C, or they lack a third-party certification from UL, Factory Mutual, ETL, or CSA, or whatever testing laboratory that would be acceptable to the authority having jurisdiction. And this figure 1-22 illustrates the purpose of a third-party certification.